Steve, now can you, I guess, provide some advice to carriers when it comes to kind of the timing of rolling out cloud services? And obviously, the sooner the better seems to be probably the easiest mantra to go with. But when it comes to this, for some of these small guys, it's still a pretty big investment for them. What's the importance, I guess, of timing the rollout of cloud services for these rural carriers?
Yeah, that's a great question. As I mentioned in the keynote, the time to get involved and to get started is now. We take a look at the market, and things such as the infrastructure as a service, where people are putting in place compute, store, and network as a service. This was done. The margins are starting to get squeezed. Platform as a service, and then software as a service. These are kind of the three big categories that we're seeing around cloud, and what we're seeing is that there is definitely a risk reward here. Okay. That when you take a look at the applications, for example, some of the early applications like health, like CRM, yeah, like running your HR. Yep. These are things that, over time, as competitive pressure comes in, the margins start to get squeezed. And so as new applications roll out, more sophisticated applications, for example, in healthcare, utilities, education, these are things that today are being actively pursued with enterprises. And so if you wait, these are the kinds of opportunities where the margins are higher today, yeah, they're going to get squeezed tomorrow. And so my advice to carriers is that you should go in, start taking a look at your local markets, mm-hmm, your customers, mm-hmm, do an assessment. What is the type of propensity to move to cloud? Mm-hmm. Whether it's migrating infrastructure to cloud, helping them do that, mm-hmm, helping them with creating enablement of their workforces, mm-hmm, and then creating new value-add services where they can actually grow revenues. Because part of what I mentioned in this keynote was that business as usual, voice and data, flat to declining. Yeah. And you've got to fill a gap because your shareholders are going to expect you to continue to grow your business. Yeah. And so my advice to carriers is that the cloud is a natural progression to new revenues. You own the network, you own the relationships with the customers, yeah, you have partner ecosystems. Bringing it all together will create, I believe, unique opportunities for you to drive new revenues for your business, and the time is now.
Yeah. Thanks, Steve. Appreciate it.
That makes sense.